Hello, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. So, you know the saying, you can't teach old dogs new tricks? You can. I learned something new today, and I wanted to pass it on to you guys. And I also saw something different today, and I wanted to pass it on to see if you guys have been seeing the same thing. I know they did a update or a patch, whatever you want to call it, just a couple days ago when I logged on. It was real small, um, but it was, needless to say, an update. But anyways, so I had a couple questions for Wargaming, which they did answer. The first guy I talked to actually answered one of the questions right and one of the questions wrong. Yes, you heard me right. Wargaming is not always right. So I had one of these that showed up, and it showed up on this one here too. It said Gunner battles left approximately four for a crew skill. And I thought, hmm, okay, well, if our crew skills go up, does our mark of excellence go up? And I think I can show you the email, the message. I can. I can actually get out of that. I'm going to pause it here in a minute, and I'll get to that and show you. But the first guy told me, yes, when you play front lines, it does affect your mark of excellence on your gun. And I thought, what in the hell? Because I'm at 59.98% on my defender. And it's been like that since Frontline has started. And I play my defender almost every battle because it is way overpowered. Not the most accurate sometimes, and aim time is kind of sluggish, but that's due to the fact that it's an armored beast. Great tank. If you don't have it, I highly suggest getting it for front lines. It's the only tank that I will shoot at on the enemy team with gold rounds because I get so sick of bouncing off them. So I use mine, and the same thing happens. I don't, I've learned to accept the fact that in certain tanks, Defender being one of them, VK100.01P, another one, there's a couple other ones, you are going to get hit with several premium rounds, which I can fully understand. But then when I'm in a Panhard AMX Lynx 6x6 with 12 millimeters of armor, or my little T92 scout tank with no armor, and I'm still getting hit with light or premium rounds, it's like, why? But anyways, enough of that. So anyway, oh, this match I got another one of these little gizmos. It's Master Striker as an attacker, earn a total of 100 base capture points, or destroy an enemy main objective. I actually got this by sheer luck because I was in, I think it was my Samoa SM, and I was driving past the objective. I shot one round into the side, it bounced. Shot another round into the side, it bounced. I'm like, what the hell? Shot a round into the back, it bounced. I'm like, either bounced or missed. I can't remember. I think it bounced. I was like, what in the hell? So I just figured I got one shell left. I'll just lob it and hope for best. I must have had my fingers crossed or prayed to the RNG gods because that shot actually penetrated and I blew the big gun up. And so I got this for knocking out the main objective. I've knocked him out before because this is my second one, but it's always nice to get these cool looking little things to add to your service medals, you know. But anyway, so when I talked to Wargaming, they said yes on both. Your crew skills go up and your mark of excellence goes up. And then I kept a close eye on my defender, and it has not moved up. So I sent them another message, and I'll show it to you, and they did say, yes, it does not go up. Whoever told you that misinformed you. Your crew skill does go up for your, like camo or repairs or whatever, but match or your mark of excellence doesn't go up. And I'm going to pause this real quick. I'm going to pull up the email and I'll read it to you so you'll kind of understand why. And it makes sense too, but kind of sucks in a way. But I'll just give me 1 minute and I'll be right back. All right, so here was my message to Wargaming a couple days ago. I just said, hi, just like to, I asked one of the people, this was the second ticket I put in, because it still didn't make any sense, because the first guy was telling me, yes, it did go up for your mark of excellence. So I wrote him a second one after watching it very closely, and I'm not seeing it go up. So I said, hi, I just asked one of the people from player support a question about if while playing front lines, do you still get credit towards your mark of excellence and towards crew experience, like if you have camo or repair on crew members, does it go up in front lines? He said yes. So I played several matches of frontlines, and I'm doing. I'm supposed to say really. I must have screwed up there. I'm really enjoying frontlines like crazy. But after I played like 12 matches, I made it to general 2 times and was averaging between 8 and 10k damage per match. And I did not see the crew skills for mark of excellence percentage did not move. So that was my second message. So I got an answer back. He said, "Thank you for contacting More Gaming Support." Can't cheat. You're gonna try reading both those. You're gonna pause it now. It said, "Hi, Tank Trucker. Thank you for contacting More Gaming Support. I see that you seek clarification if you will earn Mark of Excellence in frontline mode or not. Let me clear things up for you. First off, we reviewed your previous ticket you submitted in which our colleague have misinformed you about it. We do apologize for this confusion and we have talked about it already and we can confirm that you will not get any Mark of Excellence in the frontline battle. You you will see in the description in the game that you will earn it only in random battles. If you will think of it, random battles has a game time of 15 minutes wherein each player in the battle will never respawn after they get destroyed, in which the damage you cause will be limited based on the hit point of each enemy tanks. However, in frontline mode, players will have additional respawn in which you can have a maximum of 2 in your reserve. This means there's no limitation on the damage that you can accumulate in your tank, given the fact that there are 30 tanks in the battle and you have freedom to deal damage as long as you have ammunition. This will be unfair to those players who get their mark of excellence on their tank. We hope this gives clarification to your inquiry, which I sent him back a message and I said, "Hi, and thank you very much for answering my question. I could see that the crew XP was going up towards crew skills, but I checked again after I asked the first gentleman and still did not see any movement of my gun mark at 59.98%. So I figured either he was wrong or my gun mark was broken. Ha ha ha. But thanks for getting back with me. Feel free to close this out. I did not want to close it out because I wanted to be able to tell him thank you for answering it. Because if you close it out, it's a done deal. You can't say anything to him. And then I still have to hit my issue was resolved, which I will. And he messaged me back, said, "Hello, Tank and Trucker. Thanks for writing back. We're glad to hear that we were able to clear up any confusion you had with the Mark of Excellence. And we also like to apologize from it." Oh, probably because I was misinformed. "Please do not hesitate to contact us, blah, 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 blah." I wish when you put in a ticket for somebody, I've been playing this a long time, so when you see this many tickets, it's not like I did those in 2 days. Um, I wish they really, when you put a ticket in for somebody doing team damage to you or you see it happening, I wish they really got an answer back like that, but you get kind of a cut and paste. "Yep, we know. We can't tell you what happened. We can't tell you what we did. Sorry this happened. Move on your way. Beyond, beyond, move on." If somebody's doing team damage or cheating, I would definitely like to get an answer like that, kind of explaining, "Oh, yeah, we did a check. We found out they were cheating, and we penalized them. It was the first time cheating. They got banned for 7 days. If this continues, we will prevent them from playing wargaming games, blah, 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 blah." But you don't. You just get a cut and paste answer. So I wish they would do something, because there it feels like I actually got a result because I talked to a human. It wasn't just a cut and paste, that everybody gets answer. So that would be kind of nice if they did switch over to that. But anyway, so if anybody was wondering, that I hope clarifies it for you. Yes, you do get crew skills for your camo, repairs, crew skills like that. But for your mark of excellence, you do not. And it does make sense. You have people like Circumflex that goes throughout and marks literally every tank he has. And he might not play front lines. And so he's working his ass off to get 3 mark. And it's not easy to 3 mark shit. And he's got a ton of them 3 marked. So, he works his butt off to get those 3 marked. Then little old Tank and Trucker gets on here, plays front lines, and 3 marks a tank in, a day and a half. Or not even a day and a half. you know, let's say 10, 12 matches because I just did 40 some thousand damage, in less than a couple hours to all these tanks. So here I 3 mark them, easy cheesy. So I can see their point on not letting us get, you know, towards mark of excellence in this. It makes sense to me. Another thing I just noticed, I want to bring this up to you, maybe you guys have noticed, but I haven't. When you Some people probably don't even look. But when you hover over what you did to an enemy vehicle, it says like engine, fuel tank, track. I just noticed now on the wheeled vehicles I've seen it obviously, but on a track vehicle, when I hovered over this one right here, the Object 252U Defender, look, I can't hold the button. I don't think it'll, yeah. If you look down where it says knocked out suspension, I'm like, interesting. So I wonder if they added that too, things that you can knock out on tanks, because I've seen track a million times, where you destroyed it or where you um, knocked it out or where you actually destroyed it. But I've never seen suspension on tanks, and it's on that one and I think another one. Yeah, this frontline T44FL suspension. So they must have added that in there to things that you can knock out on tanks, which would make sense. I mean, when you figure if you shoot a tank, it's got suspension. Just because you might shoot it right here and knock out its track, what happens if you shoot at one of the road wheels and you don't knock out its track? Well, at least you get, something for knocking out the suspension, I guess. Because some of these, let me think of one. The German tanks are notorious for having their tracks wobbling where you can see. Oh, that's not a good one. What about this? Yeah. We use artillery. That one's huge. They've always got this huge gap. I'm trying to think of one real quick. Tiger 2 maybe? No. Sorry, guys. Yeah, you can see like where the track is. Maybe if you shot up here and you hit one of the, roller wheels up there. Well, this is the track down here, but maybe that's considered part of the suspension. I'm just trying to think of some that we can actually see. It must be like if you hit it in this area here, that's considered suspension, the road wheels or the bogies. Like maybe if you shot your tank destroyer and you hit that right there, it won't break the track, but it knocks out that suspension part right there. The roller wheels. Or maybe if you shoot and you hit one of the shock, right here, right here, right here, right here, you hit one of those shock absorbers, it knocks it out and, stops track from moving. I don't know. But it looks like it's giving us credit for knocking out suspension now, which is actually kind of cool. But anyway, so on this match, ended up getting 2,711 experience, which right now, if you have a bunch of it built up, which I wish I really would have known they were doing this for St. Patrick's Day, I would have saved all of it up and then did this at once, but you're getting 1 gold for every 35 experience. So you can, I don't know if it says it here. No, it doesn't. Oh yeah, it does right here. One gold equals 35 experience. Here all along, I've been just get a couple of these matches done. I'd go up here and hit convert. Now I wish I would have waited because I would have saved, quite a bit of gold probably. Whoops, where are we at? We ended up doing 8,821 damage, and we ended up doing 52 shots, 32 hits, 27 pen. All standard rounds. Made 221,770 credits. I did have a booster pop, so that's why that's kind of elevated. Damage total was 8821 from a distance of more than 300 meters, 2495. With combat research, 385. Hits received 30. Pen me was 15. None pen was 13. Hits result is splash damage was 7. Damage blocked by armor 2620. Enemy vehicles damage 16, destroyed 7. Damage with our assistance 894. Base capture points was 40. Number of vehicles destroyed of mine 2. Zone captures were 2. And then after they resupplied, re-ammoed, and everything, the 3 tanks that I used, which the Panhard EBR 75, I just took off and the match ended. I still made 18,702 credits. And I actually took a shot, but I think it didn't count because obviously it's not showing here, and it was as the timer ended. So that one I really didn't do anything, and I still made 18,702 credits. So that's the benefit of running premium tanks. And the Samoa, we had made 104, 34 shots, 19 hits, 16 pen. All standard rounds. But I know I'm just pretty sure today's the last day for Frontlines. So I just wanted to clarify any of that stuff that you guys might be wondering. And I'm going to go ahead and just show this replay for you guys. And watch the EBR 75s. he probably could swear that somebody was cheating because that thing books right along, and I got some real good shots on him. My shot grouping was a little bit better today, I'll have to say. The last couple days when I had made some videos, they were iffy. But yeah, so that guy in the Panhard 75 FL10 there was probably like, that cheating son of a bitch, because he was full bore going across the map there, and I plugged him a couple times and killed him. So, anyways, normally I would show this last, but I wanted to go over that stuff with you in case somebody was like, oh, I don't want to see another frontline, replay. This way you could hear this stuff, and then I'm just going to go ahead and show you the replay as just, bonus material. So, anyways, if you want to hold on for a minute, I'll be right back with some replay for you. Okay, so here we are on Frontlines, and we are, I think this is also the first time I showed you I was on the capture side. Yay! Because it is I've been on the capture side too very many times. I'll keep my bitching to a minimum, but I'll say right off the bat, I hate when I get teammates that they absolutely refuse to get on the cap and try helping you. They would all rather... Oh, I turned the volume down. I turned it down way too much. They would rather set back and just try and snipe. And they don't end up helping you when you're trying to cap. I do have the perk, what is that called? Engineering. So when I get on a cap, it was at 60% bonus. Now I got it up to 80%. I guess it's WZ111 wanted us to get up there before him. Because he could have went around us and he just kept trying to bump into us. And then he must have put it in like slow gear or something. I don't know. But, so you can see where I'm aiming right up in here, because that's usually where all your snipers go. They'll go up there and just camp the whole game shooting at us when we're trying to cap, which... Whatever, that actually helped us out, to be honest with you, because with all those tanks up there, they can't shoot through rocks, so the only thing that was able to hit us was artillery, and any enemies that actually came on the cap to try stopping us from capping. And then when you've got a tank on the cap like myself that's got the 60% bonus to capping, well, if there's two of you, I don't know if it gives you 120% to capping, but you can see it's not going up super slow, but it's not going up super fast. But I wasn't about to give up. I wanted to try getting this cap done. I don't like... And I was kicking myself because I could have got a shot if I would have moved backwards on that 5100. I wish this defender... I think this defender, his plan was to push up and basically hold them guys off from being able to push into us, which I wanted to go help him. But then if he gets knocked out and I get knocked out, because my butt would have been hanging out, it's not going to do us any good. As you can see, as soon as he got knocked out, it went down quite a bit. And there's just two of us on here. And you can see, you don't see too many people moving in here too darn quick to help us. Shoot the side of Object 252 Defender and bounce, of course. And when you're getting hit with artillery, it kind of resets a little bit. Not a whole lot. But I just wanted to get this defender a nice shot in the pooper, but he gets knocked out before I shoot. So I figured, well, what the heck, I might as well put a round in that 50 TP. I think he just shot. I was actually really surprised with a standard round that penned him like it did. But that WZ-111 just realized his butt was hanging out there a little bit too late. But you can see, it's just him and me on here. And I think, yeah, I put a shot in him. He gets knocked out. But it's like, we have two of us on cap. That one heavy that got knocked out, I think that's him right there in the T-34 maybe. So they are moving up. But it just feels like most of them are setting back sniping. And then finally, they're coming in rushing us. And I'm like, oh, here we go. It's going to start over again. And... So I pushed forward. I wanted to take that EBR-75 out. I was shocked because I did an auto lock on that, so I wasn't looking through the gun sight, but I was really shocked that that round actually hit him. I thought it was going to hit the rock right there. But there's three of us on here now. Actually, I think there's more than three of us. 1, 2, 3. No, there's only three of us. You can see this defender, the turret on here is really slow. But we ended up capturing it. I had him auto locked and took a shot and didn't do anything. But these guys up on the hill, I thought, well, crap, they're still setting up there. That's some free damage if they stay lit up. And all these guys we got on the cap or on the ridge up there, I'm like, come on, guys, push forward. Then my accuracy, anybody that's plays the defender knows the accuracy, especially at distance, is crap. And that T-44, I was shocked he wasn't lit up. And I took a shot and I kind of jerked the gun right before I pulled the trigger, and he took a shot at me and it bounced. But yeah, so I kind of fudged that shot up. And then I was like, what is this EBR here doing? I'm like, well, let's just get him as he tries to leave. See, and this is the guy who's probably thinking, oh, that motherfucker's got some sort of auto aim, and this is not an auto aim, believe me. You can tell the way I'm bouncing around. But, so we're able to knock him out. And then I looked and I saw a Lynx and a Batchat still kind of, you know, where they were last spotted coming up here. And then here in a few seconds, somebody in another one of those EBRs or something must have came from over here. I don't know, but he ends up back here in just a minute. And then somebody pulled on the artillery on the enemy team, pulls my trick. I got on here, started getting fixed up, dropped a frickin' arty round on my head. Oh, maybe it wasn't this time, might have been the next time. So you can see we're pushing forward, and then I was a little bit disheartened here, because if you look, we got a heavy tank, he's heading that way. The medium and tank destroyer, they're kind of heading up on the hill, probably try getting shots at this stuff. And basically, so it's, whoops, I just paused it. Basically ends up being me, myself, and I trying to get Zone D by myself. I literally, at one point, if I remember right, had no one near Zone D except for myself. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward just a little bit. I don't have 6th sense on this, but the guy that was in this Batchat over here that I highlighted a minute ago, he was sitting right there. You got, wait till you see this. This is actually kind of funny. I'm like, he must be taking a nap or getting a drink of soda pop or out smoking a cigarette. Something's up. Because I come up over the hill here and I lit him up, and I know if I'm that close and I'm lighting him up, I don't have 6th sense on this, so I'm like, and he takes off. I'm like, oh, come on, stay here, I'll shoot you again. So I had to have been lit because that was just the, got damage from one of the artillery barrages. And then as you can see, this is what I was telling you. If you look, everybody that was in Zone A now all went over to Zone B. I'm like, are you kidding me? I'm the only one over here. This EBR 75, I think he kind of stays back here and he starts chasing down another EBR or something. But I was literally the only one over in Zone D. And there's no way you're going to be able to take a zone out by yourself, especially when you pop up over the hill here and it's bink, 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 bink. Here, I hit that one on the move. Awesome. And that one I throw in the dirt. And I just get stunned by artillery and the rounds are just a-flying. That 40T, he puts a couple rounds in me here and they bounce. Then he wised up and loaded gold, which I would have too. Because these defenders they are a bitch. So we hit him, he hit us for 277, but we hit him for 406, so that's a pretty good, I'll trade for that. Then my driver gets knocked out. I'm like, oh my god. So it's still me by myself, and then I looked over and I saw the EBR. I think the EBR gets knocked out. I'm not 100% sure. I believe. Oh yeah, I was like this. Attention to location D. I'm like the only one here. Come help, please. I was hitting help like every few seconds. And I got a low roll there, 341. I think the gun, what is the gun? Oh no, the gun does 340 average damage on this, I think. Or no, 440, I'm sorry. Yeah, so that was a really low roll on the side of a Batchat. And I popped that shot into the dirt. That was a crappy shot on my behalf. So now I am literally here by myself. There's a charioteer. I thought he was going to head this way, and then he cuts across there. I'm like, Well, I'm either going to die or I'm going to die. But I'm going to at least stay over here and keep these guys busy. Otherwise, they're going to see that no one's trying to cap them or do anything. Just bumping into him knocked 117 hit points off of him. That bad chat, I don't know, he must have had a death wish because he was just pulling out. He must have known I was going to get loaded. But then I got hit by artillery, which ended up knocking me out. And as you can see, I was still the only one over, because all these guys, that charioteer went over here. I'm like, what's going on? You know, you got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, about 7, 8, about 8 or 9 over there. You got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, about 14 or 15 over here. And over here you got me and now a Lynx and one Artie trying to take a zone out by ourselves. And this is where I noticed here in a second there was one of them is either an EBR 75 or Lynx. It was one of the wheeled vehicles that ends up being back here. And can't figure out how he actually got over here. I should have just not fired. As soon as I fired, it lit myself up. And look at this. Bad chat, gold round, Scorpion G. A Scorpion G, gold rounds. Like, that thing needs to shoot anything with a gold round. Cracks me up. I already just shot where I was, so it was a good thing I moved. And here comes this EBR 75. I think he was just trying to get eyes on us to light us for artillery or whatever. I think Artie misses another shot on me. Oh no, they drop one of those artillery strikes. And it just missing me, so he dropped him a little bit too late. So it was a good thing for me. But I figured, you know, I am not going to be able to take D at all by myself. And I got loaded and figured I'd just start whittling away at this T-44 100, and he goes down in the little ditch there. And I don't know if he thought I was out of ammo now or what, but we still had another round in reserve. Now I make a stupid, very, 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 very stupid mistake in a second here. I assumed I had hit C and reloaded because I'm not pulling the trigger, and I get on the cap and I go after the EBR or something, had a beautiful shot at him, pulled the trigger, and I had one round. See, I must have thought, I counted my rounds wrong, wasn't paying attention to only having one round in the chamber. Otherwise, I would have just reloaded while I was setting, you know, getting fixed up, and, you know, because that 33.02 seconds would have been up now. And I would have had some awesome, beautiful shots at this EBR 75. And I pull up here. I think I actually pull the trigger and miss, and then I go to shoot him again. Yeah. So I go to pull the trigger again, I'm like, click, 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 what the hell is it shooting for? I'm like, oh, Jeff, you idiot. I'm like, oh my God, I cannot believe I just did that. So now I'm reloading. So that's where not always paying attention to what you got loaded in your gun can, you know, can turn around to bite you in the keister. Because this has 5 rounds, the Lorraine 40T has 4 rounds, but they look so much alike. Sometimes I'm thinking I'm playing the Lorraine 40T. And the Lorraine just hit me, so I know face him. Because if he's shooting standard rounds, he's not going to be able to pen me. And he's shot at me twice, 3 times. I think he shoots at me one more. Nope. So that round, I don't know, I must have shot a Q-tip. But my rounds, I'm actually putting into him because he's giving me a side. Kind of guessing on the blind shots, which ended up not working out. I want to look and see. Yeah, the front of this has got really, really good armor. But, whoops. So I figure I'm going to head back over here. I'm not going to D. If you look at D, there's still no one over there on my team trying to help me. I got this medium and this light tank farting around with this light back here. So I'm not going to try taking out a cap myself. You won't be able to do it. If there's 4 or 5 tanks sitting on that cap, as soon as you're lit, you're toast. So he gets taken out. I go to turn around, and I can't remember if another light tank ends up coming through there. No, I don't know. I think we all actually start moving towards the D zone. I'm going to go ahead and fast forward it here. So well, gee whiz, I wonder why E and F got captured, considering Well, F doesn't have anybody. It must have been a single person cap that one. But look at E. I mean, look at all those people at E that were at A and C. Now they're sitting over there, that cap. It's just like, why do, you know, instead of going all towards one, I mean, I don't know. I'm not 100% sure, but I think once you capture like E or F, that opens this up to where you can get back here. So if we don't take zone D, is this still blocked off so you can't capture zone 1? I'm not sure, to be honest with you, because you only got to capture 3 of the main guns. So if E and F are now open, couldn't I have just scooted over to E, moved up in here, and worked on 3, 4, and 5 with the team? I'm not 100% sure. I'm going to have to look at the rules and see if this zone has to be opened up before you can actually go in after that main gun or not, because I've never really paid attention or you know, read up on it. So, oops. So I see that IS-3A there. I dropped my artillery round or artillery barrage or whatever on him. Thought I was going to be able to pen the side of his turret. I'm like, hold still, damn it. So I shoot the dirt. So I'm figuring shrink it all the way in, hits the turret in the side and bounces. Hey, IS-3's got a wicked turret, don't get me wrong. But at least I backed him off. I thought my, doesn't show, but I thought my artillery strike that I dropped on the IS-3 did a little bit of damage, but maybe not. So with the Samoa, it's got the extra armor, which is super nice. So like where I was bouncing rounds off the front of this with that Lorraine shooting at me. The unfortunate thing though is you do lose a lot of speed, but I would give up that speed for the armor in a heartbeat. Unfortunately, the people just load premium rounds go through you anyways. That Scorpion's backing up. We finish him off. Now, one thing you got to really watch with the Lorraine and the Samoa SM, this vehicle, is you really need to let it aim all the way in. If you don't, your rounds will just they'll just twang off wherever. So you really want to let your aiming reticle shrink fully in. Figured we'd bait this IS-3 in because he's the only one over here. And we just pound him and he got hit by... Looks like an IS-3A finished him off, or Scorpion did. One of the two. Let's see, IS-3A. Oh, the Progetto 46 finished him off, the one that come booking up there. So now, excuse me, lo and behold, there's a bunch of us here. I'm like, yes, we're gonna get D opened up. I think you do actually have to capture all these in order to be able to capture like this one now, this gun. But also, once we captured it, that did give us more time. So we've got 9 minutes and 40 seconds to at least start capturing or capture the main bases. Go ahead and fast forward this here. Now I was following this Pershing because I thought they were going to go, I was thinking, that's what you get for thinking. I was thinking we were coming up this hill when it was actually this one. And then we get up there and I'm like, what the hell did I go up here for? And then I notice, I'm like, oh, I see what it is. This guy was going to appear to get shots at these guys. So, whoops. Sorry, had it on 2-speed. Ended up finishing him off with a blind shot. But then I got up here and I just realized, I'm like, oh shit, I didn't want to come up here. I was thinking we were coming over here at this area. But I figured, yeah, I'll take a peek. And I'm like, nope, waste of time, I'm not sitting here. But then I had to figure out what's the quickest way of getting down, up the hill or down the hill. You can see me thinking about it. And then I decided, yep, down the hill is probably my best bet because looking, I'm going to have to go over some big rocks. And I don't want to get stuck or kill myself or really damage myself going down it because this is bad enough of a bang there. So I'll fast forward a little bit here. Trying to remember to put it back on 1 speed from 2. So now it looks like everybody at zone that started in my zone, what was it, A? Yeah, A is now back over here working towards gun 1. Keep fast forwarding a little bit here. And we'll take it off fast forward. I was going to take some shots at the Super Pershing, but I know at that angle it's just going to bounce. Might take his track off, but that's it. And I see this projectile backing up, so I know shrink all the way in. And boom, nail him for 327, but there was no way in heck we were gonna, be able to hit him again. So they took out gun 1. So I'm thinking, all right, let's make a beeline to gun 2. And then I saw when I went to use my artillery strike, and I see a tank destroyer setting up in the castle. Because I went to use it, and I thought, oh, look at that, T-28 prototype setting up there. Let's give him a gift. Oh, and another thing I found out. I'll pause it just for a second so I can explain this. So, when you start out and you're getting to your first 30, you know how when at the end you get it maxed out and you can't use any of your little gold coins to bump anything else up because it's all fully, you're at 30. It's everything's all those little bars are filled up for artillery, for the artillery strike, for the smoke, and so on and so forth that you can use right here, like that artillery strike that I just used on that tank destroyer. So once you fill it up and you start over and you start, back from scratch. So let's say you get promoted, in your first match and you get another little gold coin. Well, then you use those to unlock. You've got to unlock each one of them. So like I unlocked my artillery strike, this one here, because I love artillery strike. You can really knock the snot out of somebody behind a corner or somebody that's dug in. So I unlocked that one first, and then I think I got 2 more coins and I put it on the artillery strike, and then I unlocked the artillery barrage, and then I unlocked the one where it helps you cap out the enemies, and then I unlocked the barrage one. And because I couldn't figure out how, when I was getting hit, make sure it's in, fast forward a little bit. I couldn't figure out how when I'm sitting here getting hit, this is where watch this, I'll keep my mouth shut. This is where I went to shoot at this gun. And it's in the side. Bounced. Bounced. And these are on the side. I'm like, oh shit. I'm like, yes! Out of just a bucket shoot, and it took it out, and I got that award for that. So I was like, sweet. But, so yeah, I would get hit by an artillery barrage or an artillery strike or whatever, and they would do so much damage to me, and even like my defenders, and like right now I'm loading, so I can't help anybody, so I'm like, hide for a minute. But I would get hit, and might be my defender, my 40 or my 1000.01P, the VK, the big behemoths, and I would just get decimated. I mean, literally just get torn to shit. I would rather take out this wheeled vehicle than a tracked vehicle, because those little shits are so damn fast. So I take him out, and I like to share the love. Now you can see that P Victoria, gold round, gold round, gold round. It's like, fucking idiot. Like to see how many credits he lost. It's like, what a douchebag. I just don't understand why people use gold rounds. I mean, you don't make any credits that way. Or I made 260 or 270 some thousand credits in this match. That guy probably had to pay 270,000 credits shooting all his gold rounds. It's like, whatever. But yeah, so I'd be in my defender or my VK, just get pounded on, and I'd be like, how the hell did he hit me and do so much damage? I hit a defender and I do very little, if any. I mean, you can see it hitting and hitting, and it might knock his track off, and I'm like, oh, that sucked. Well, then I put 2 and 2 together. As you get your marks again, you get your artillery strike back, and then you keep adding to it. Well, that gives you more shells, a longer barrage. The same as smoke. Smoke's longer when you're capping, and you get that assisted capping. Oh, and then they put, did you see that? Of all the places they could park that little tank right there to start him out, they put it right in front of me as I'm driving forward. Bam! Right into his rear end. I'm like, shit. And I got this in the racing speed, so it's not like you can just kind of wiggle around him, because watch this. I'm like, shit! I gotta back up, go forward again. Like, damn it all. But yeah, so the higher people get in their prestige, the more times they've unlocked, re-unlocked everything. So we just won right here. I go to take this shot, but I don't think it didn't even come out of the barrel or something. But yeah, so people that have unlocked their prestige multiple times, got it to 30, and then unlocked it again, and got it to 30 again, and unlocked it and did it to 30 again. We're talking what, 3 times last month they could get up to 3 times, and this month you could do it up to 3 times or something, or maybe. Yeah, because I think it's only up to 6. But anyways, so somebody that's unlocked that multiple times, they hit you with an artillery strike or a barrage, artillery barrage. That's why I did so much damage. I wasn't, putting two to two together till after I unlocked it again. Then I'm like, because I thought you just kept it the way it used, like it started over from scratch. Like you started over with the weak artillery and the weak barrage and the weak smoke and stuff. Oh, no, 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 no. You continue building it and it gets bigger and better and bigger and better. So um, I don't think it shows when you hover over it. No, probably because I got to pause it anyways. If I unpause, still, game's going to be done. So I know, like when you go into the results and you click on the little to like use your point, your prestige, not your prestige, the little coin that you get to add to your artillery or whatever. You click on that, and if you hover over the orange, it'll show what it's at. And then if you hover over the green one that you're going to move it, if you're going to use, let's say, artillery barrage again, it'll tell you how many more shells, how much longer it's going to hit for. Same with the artillery strike and the smoke. So that's why here I'd be in my uh, the VK 101P or my Defender, and if somebody drop one of theirs on it, it's because they're probably at like the 6 prestige or something, and they're dropping like 60 shells on you versus 10 when you first get it the first time. So yeah, I thought it started over from scratch every time you got it to 30. I thought maybe that started over. Well, boy, was I wrong. No, it just continues building. And then when you get up to 30 again, you got to unlock them again. But you can unlock, just say, artillery strike and then build on that one. Then you can unlock the artillery barrage and then build that one all the way up. You can do that, or else you can unlock all of them and you start out kind of where you left off before, and then you can build on each one of them if you want. So yeah, it keeps building, and that's why when I would be in my Defender, somebody that's got a real high prestige was dropping them on me and decimating me. So it's kind of a, I guess, bonus for continuing on and trying to get more prestige and stuff. But yeah. Anyways, I already showed you the end results of the match. Kind of long video, so I'm gonna cut it short now, call her a day. But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please click the like button down below and subscribe to the channel. I hope you guys learned something maybe that you didn't know, that like I didn't know. A couple of the things that I told you about. So, but you guys take it easy, be safe, and I will see you on the battlefield.